Alright, I'm making this quick video which is just a tutorial on how to make a budget in Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets or even on a piece of pen and paper. I'm making it because I know a lot of people, friends and family, and even random people on the internet who would benefit a lot from just making a simple budget. And why should you listen to me? Well, I mean, I don't have any kind of special credentials. I'm just a 20-something IT student who, since making a budget about 3-4 years ago, I've never had to pay an overdraft fee and have never had a late bill. Whereas before, I'd just put, bills on paper like this or bills in a sheet. I had that regularly. Some of the advantages to this little budget that I'll show you are you'll know every bill you need to pay, when and how much money you'll need on any given day, weeks or even months in advance, so you can plan and prepare. And it's really a stepping stone to getting more savings, knowing when you can put money in things like retirement accounts or even just having money prepared for further financial opportunities. Prerequisites that you'll need for this really is 30 minutes or less of your time. Not a lot. It's pretty simple to make. You may, if you don't know all your bills and stuff, you may need to find that, but it shouldn't take too long. You'll need your bank account history. You'll need to be able to look back and average out some costs or some bills if you don't have them. You need your bills and average prices for things like bills or things like gas or maybe food every month that you spend. You'll need an average income or paycheck that you get. You'll need minimal Excel spreadsheet knowledge, or you can do this on a pen and paper. Everything you're seeing me put down here, you can write down on a pen and paper if you'd prefer that. And really just basic math skills, adding and subtracting. Anyone can do it, and this is perfect for anyone from the age of 16. You're just getting your first job up until the age of 80. Pretty much, I think everyone should have a budget kind of like this, or not exactly like this, but it can be mixed to suit your needs. So first, what I've got here is just a basic 6 columns, and you can add more if you want more, but really just the date, the bills that you have, the cost of those bills, spending. This is like spending on things that you don't track every month, so not a bill. So like you go to McDonald's, you buy a video game, luxury items. Budget remaining. This basically just means that if you choose to allot a monthly budget for your spending, say you want to spend $500 or less a month on luxury items, you can do that. It's not totally required, but I figured I'd add it on this. And total money remaining. This is the important one. This is the exact amount of money you have remaining in your bank account or in your spending account, whatever you choose to do, so that you know exactly how much you need. So if we're doing this, and I do it in Google Sheets, that's how I like it because I find it easy to get to my budget on my phone with the Google Sheets app or any device that I'm using. But this will work in Excel, and it'll work on a piece of paper just with a little more work. So let's say first I just want to make a date column. So I'm going to do it for October here. So I'm just going to do 10/4/2021. And I like that, but I actually like to add the days of the week in here. So if you go up to this number column, you can go down to more formats, more date and time formats, and you can make it include the date here, Tuesday, So make this Monday, 10/4. Oh, I have it for today's date. Let's set it for the 1st of the month. And then you want to expand that out to the rest of the month. So if you just take your mouse and pull it down here, you can have all the way down to the 31st of the month. If you double click up here by this column right here, it'll expand it out so that it it doesn't cut off any of the text. And another thing I like to do here is I like to click this top left corner and click this alignment and just align everything to the left. I think it makes it look nice. You can do whatever you want. So here I just wrote up basically some fake bills. These are not accurate estimates at all, but you can extrapolate from this. So let's say you have rent on the second. You want to put rent here, and you want to put, and this will be a little bit different. You may just want to put 500, but in order to add multiple bills on things, I like to put equals minus 500. And that will allow you to, let's say you have rent and you have like a credit card payment on here. You could at the end of this, you could just say also minus 50 because I have to add a $50 credit card payment on this same day. Or let's say you're in a two-person house, someone's paying you for rent. Also, I'm going to get 500 back. So it'll bring it back. So that's a good way to add multiple things onto one column, is if you just do equals minus, it turns it into a formula. And we're doing minus because it is a bill. It's subtracting from your total. We can just take this whole column here, the cost column, hit this dollar bill sign to format it as a currency, just make it look pretty. All right, so let's say the electric is on the 15th. We'll go here. We'll do electric equals minus 150. There we go. And we're just going to do this for all the information. Credit card payment, we'll just put CC equals minus 30. Car payment, I got that on the 25th. Car payment equals minus 200. And this last one's a little interesting. What you want to do, what I like to do, you may not want to do this, but I think it helps a lot, is I go through my bank account and I went over the last 3 months of my gas money spending, because I do a lot of driving, and I just basically averaged that out. So I did something like, in the first month I spent 150. I spent 150, and then plus in the second month I spent 200, and then plus in the third month I did 175, and then you divide that all by 3. So you might want to put some parentheses around it. Google Sheets and Excel actually has a way that you can average without having to do this, but I'm just going to do it how they teach you in algebra class. Divide by 3, you get your average of 175, and then what I do is I like to add a little more to that, add 25 or 50 to that, just so that I'm overestimating, so that I don't end up at the end of the month, oh, I don't have enough money because I underestimated my gas. But on this sheet, I just said $100, put that at the end of the month. Gas equals minus 100. Okay, and now what you want to do, you have your bills all laid out. I'm sure most of you will have a lot more bills than this, as do I, but this will be nice and easy, just a framework for how to do it. Total money remaining, what you want to do is, so whatever your bank account is at the time you make this spreadsheet, for us, we're just going to make it simple. We're going to say this person has $1,000. Okay, we'll make this a dollar sign as well. You want to make this formula here, total money remaining equals $1,000 minus the cost of your bills. Well, actually, and we can, since we are making the bills negative numbers, you can reverse this, but I find it easier to understand if this cost is a minus here. So if we subtract a negative number, it will add it. So total money remaining plus your cost plus your spending. And then it may suggest to autofill, but for the second day, you'll want to do it just a little bit different. For the second day, you will want to take it equals, and then you just click on the top cell. So it equals the remaining money from the day before plus the cost plus the spending. So see, it's down to 500 now because we had 1,000 minus our rent. It takes us to 500. And then from here, you can just take this and move it all the way down to the end of your month, and it will take that and it will basically keep adding the day before minus your costs and bills. You can see it kind of highlights the cells that are affected here. We get down to the budget, or get down to the electric, takes 150 off. Get down to our credit card payment, takes that off. Now, of course, this is all going down. Everyone gets a paycheck, you know, however you do it, salary, hourly. We're just going to say this person every Friday gets a $400 paycheck. So here on the electric, this will kind of show what I was saying before. Let's expand this out. Electric, we can do this plus the 400 paycheck. So that day totals up to a net, you get $250 for that day. So Friday, oh, I forgot here on our first day here, paycheck, 400. So Friday, 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 and last Friday. This person's making out like a bandit so far, making some money. So this shows how much money you need at each day, basically. So, and of course we got some spending. We're gonna get some food. Let's put some, well, let's make this dollar bill. You know, let's say I DoorDash some food here, minus 30, minus 60, bought a game, you know, etc., etc., ad nauseum. You can just go all the way down, and as long as you have these formulas in here, you can either have a big one. Okay, let's say this is a big one, emergency bill or something. It will go. It will continue adding your total, and you'll know exactly how much. And one other thing I like to do is, so I take the paycheck, and I will, each day before, I will highlight it a color. Let's say orange. And take the next paycheck right here, the day before, highlight it orange. That's so it's very easy for me to know every day before my paycheck how much I can spend. So let's say, well, today's the 4th. It would be a good example. Today's the 4th. I have $870. And if I was to look, how much money do I need until my next paycheck on Friday? On Friday, I'll have $1,270, but the day before, I can spend from today until that day before that paycheck, I can spend $870. Now, if you choose to do a budget, you can do a budget here, and basically a budget would be, let's say I want to do $500 a month minus the spending. Now, I wouldn't put the bills in the budget because that goes into your total money remaining. I'm saying a luxury budget. Every day I want, every month I want to spend less than $500 in luxury cost. So again, you do the same thing, equals 500, and then on this you do equals the day before plus the spending. I think I actually did this wrong here. I did a minus. It would be plus the spending. And then you can extrapolate that all the way down and say, oh, this month we went over. That's okay. We had a big bill here or something. We spent something. We bought a watch or something. We're 190 in the hole for this month, but that's okay. Sometimes that's how it works out. But you can do a budget that a luxury budget that way. But the real one we're paying attention to, total money remaining, so that you don't go over that. All right, we're about 13 minutes in here. Want to make this a little bit quicker, but I'll just go over what do you do at the end of the month, you going into next month. So on this, you would just take your sheet. So I'm just going to name it October of 2021 budget. And I'm going to duplicate this. So this will create another page that is exactly the same. I'll name this one 11/21 budget. And basically all you want to do, most of the time, there are some certain exceptions for how you do these, but you'll get a hang of that the more you use it. Delete all your spending. It's a new month. And you want to change this date. You can just double click on it, change it to November 1st, and take that all the way down. Take this last day off here. We can just take this, take this, copy it, paste it up here, and delete this last line since November only has 30 days. And we got a new month here. You will have to move your paychecks, of course, because each month is a little bit different. So you can just Control X to cut, and then move it to Friday. Take this, Control X, Control V. This one you might have to mess with just a little bit, just because it's multiple in one day. Control V over, just copy this one, and Control V here, Control X, Control V, and all right, so we got a little bit messed up over here, but that's okay. What we want to do here, so we are going to be going from our last month into this month. So the only thing that's really changing besides moving your paychecks is you want to change your initial money for the month. Now, on the first month you make this, you're just going to want to make it whatever's in your bank account. And you can do that here too, but an easy way to kind of automate it, well, not necessarily automate it, but just take it from what you had before, is if you go back, you go equals, and then you just go back to the last month, and you just say equals whatever it was on the last day. And there we go. We got that much, which is $1,330 from the end of last month onto today. And then the rest of it should automatically fill out for you. And if it gets messed up like it did here, you just take that second day and expand it all the way down. And here you go. You got the same budget again. And you can go ahead and make your orange columns for the day before each paycheck again. And you know exactly what you need. Now I went ahead and made another one here, expanded another one out. But let's just say, I'll just make this orange dot for the sake of that example. Last little example how this is really helpful is you can, so I'm here on the 4th. I want to take a vacation in December. And I want to make sure that I know how much money I have and how much money I'll need. So I go to December right before Christmas on my paycheck right before Christmas. If I was to basically go from this day, well, I can even take off this extra spending here, since in this situation we wouldn't have spent anything yet. Take it here all the way out to Christmas. If I don't spend a single dime other than my bills, which are automatically taken off, I will have $3,930. Now let's say for this vacation I need $1,500, or let's just say $2,000, a round number to make it easy. I know from this spreadsheet, and it just took 15 minutes, 20 minutes to make, maybe add another 10 minutes to figure out what all your bills are. And I know that if I need $2,000 for this vacation, I can spend $1,930 from October 4th until Thursday 23rd. And I can plan that out and know exactly how much. I'll have enough for the bills, I'll have enough for the vacation, and I can basically budget my money exactly how I need and not have any vagueness as far as how much spending money I have to spend on luxuries and food. I know exactly how much and I can budget it out that way. And that's just a real simple way to make a budget in Excel or Google Sheets. You can do this on paper. Of course, you won't be able to do the formulas, but do a little math in your head and you got it if that's how you want to do it. But this is just the easiest way to make it in Excel. Real nice and simple, and you can expand upon this however you want. I myself, made a savings page with other multiple accounts that I can have. So I have my budget, and then on another tab next to it, I might have how much I have in savings or anything else, just so that I have a greater grasp on my financial position. But again, this is just an easy way for any person, small household. It can even be built to fit a large household if you'd like. It's perfect for a single person, just to know exactly where you're at money-wise. And that's all there is to it. All right, thanks.